My name is Michelle Rigsby. I'm an English teacher. This is my 18th year, and I'm working at Theodore High School, and I also teach online for Troy University.
Why did you become a teacher?
Well, I think I became a teacher like a lot of people become teachers is to make a difference in students' lives.
Yeah. Well, that's a good reason. What do you like the most about teaching?
What I love about teaching is seeing that light bulb moment when a student gets a
Finally catch
concept
on.
that might have been eluding them. It might have been hard for them to grasp, and they finally get it, and that light bulb comes on.
Yeah.
You can see that moment, and that's the very rewarding thing about teaching.
Definitely. What do you dislike the most about teaching?
Paperwork. There's a lot of paperwork that teachers have to do that have nothing to do with their interaction with their students and the direct teaching of their students. And that's the worst. But
Yeah, I understand that.
the teaching part is good.
Yeah. Do you think students today versus in years past are more or less enthused about the whole learning in school in general?
I think they're more enthused the more technology that you use, and they're less enthused with the old method of a teacher standing and just lecturing students.
I understand.
So I think it's a little bit of both. There are more that technology. There are wonderful uses of technology these days in the classroom.
How do you think social media is affecting today's students?
I think it's having a good and a bad effect. A good effect is the way there's more communication possible between the teacher and the parent, the teacher and the student.
Yeah.
But also it's a big temptation if students are allowed to have their phones in the classroom.
How do you think the No Child Left Behind Act has affected public schools?
Well, I can't say that I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
One of the things it did was put special education students in regular classrooms and attempt to treat them like a regular student. And I've heard from some of these special education students directly that it makes them feel stupid.
Yeah.
It makes them, if they can't grasp the concept that the rest of their classmates can, it makes them feel stupid. And I know the intentions are good, but I don't think it's had a very good effect overall.
Yeah. If the money and the benefits were the same, do you think you would rather teach in the public school system or at a private school?
Public.
Really?
I enjoy working with students of all kinds of backgrounds and demographics and even income levels. And in a private school setting, you might get the best of the best, but in a public school setting, I really truly think you can help more people.
Yeah, it's more of a challenge.
Yes.
As a teacher, what's your main goal? What do you go into each day wanting to accomplish?
The main thing I want from my students is for them to learn to think for themselves. I don't want them to think like I'm thinking. I don't want them to think like what's popular. I want them to learn how to analyze things on their own and how to think for themselves. And I teach English, so I kind of hope that they take away some good grammar practices out in the world with them, and some basic knowledge of some really good literature.
Do you really think that, the old cliche that you're affecting students' lives, do you really believe that's true?
I really believe that's true. Some more than others. There's some students that are closed off and won't let you reach them, but there's some students that are crying out for somebody to pay attention to them. And those students, you can really make a difference in their lives.
Okay. And last one, if you could give me any advice as a future educator, what would it be?
I think my biggest piece of advice is when students act up, don't take it personally, even if they're directing attacks at you. You don't ever know what's going on in their lives at home and outside of the classroom, and their nasty attitude a lot of times has nothing to do with you, and don't give up on those students.
Okay. Thank you.